So today I want to share with you one of the main reasons I bought a 33-year-old van that is notorious for bad reliability and as of now is kind of an eyesore. My roommate and I started the day in Scooter but at a lake near our place to go paddleboarding. While Scooter hosted us for lunch and kept us dry from a light rain, I realized that it didn't work until 1:30 the next day. This led to the idea of a spontaneous camping trip that night. We packed everything up and headed home to find a free place to park Scooter and camp out for the night. After some frantic searching, we managed to find a free dispersed campsite in the Indian Peaks Wilderness area. And for those of you who don't know, dispersed camping is basically spread out campsites that typically don't have facilities. With it being only an hour from our place and only a short portion of dirt road to get through, this is easily one of the best campsites that I've found here in Colorado. After a short time of driving down this dirt road, we arrived at our spot for the night. It was surrounded by beautiful mountains, it was on top of a hill, and the sun was just starting to set. This right here. This is why I bought this van. Ever since moving out here from Florida, my life has improved tenfold. I've always felt so connected and at home in the mountains, even though I didn't spend too much time in them growing up. But as I explored the Smoky Mountains, Zion Canyon, and the Rockies all on different trips throughout my life, I knew that the mountains were a place I needed to call home. So shortly after arriving and getting Scooter all set up, we began the evening by gathering some firewood, because you can't go camping without a campfire, right? Luckily, Colorado is a heavily wooded and super dry state, so finding good firewood is just about as easy as counting to 3. Over here, dude, look at this. This is the jackpot. So fortunately, as I did say, we found the jackpot here by finding these downed trees. This was just about all we'd need, so Matt and I grabbed what we could carry and called that good. Alright, I think it's time for a fire. Yeah, true. Alright, so we finally got the fire going, and let me tell you, having a campfire here in Colorado is so nice. Like I said previously, this is a super dry state, so they're pretty strict about having campfires, so when you pull up to the campsite and it has a fire pit and allows them, it definitely calls for some celebration. Communicating to my fellow brethren. Yeah, the sky looks actually insane right now. You guys, look at this. The sky is exploding. It's like on fire.
Dude, it really is.
So yeah, this is the campsite. Got Scooter parked up, fire going, huge ass pile of wood on top of a hill, no one in sight. We're gonna start making some tea and some dinner. It's gonna be a good time. So it was around 7 when we started making some tea and vegan banana pancakes for dinner. We decided to keep it easy and make pancakes for dinner and breakfast, that way we didn't have a lot to bring food-wise or things to cook with. This is what happens when you forget your Ziploc bag, so you have to mash the banana with your hands. Now, as a side note, in case you were wondering, Matt and I are not completely vegan. That's just how this meal ended up working out. However, we have stopped buying meat and dairy products in an attempt to consume healthier, more natural meals and try to reduce our carbon footprint.
Two at a time.
Vegan pancakes. Are these vegan?
Yeah, there's no eggs.
Vegan pancakes. For dinner.
Some mayonnaise and coconut milk.
Yeah. Nanners, coconut milk, pancake mix. That might not be vegan, but who knows. And then a beautiful landscape. More do you need?
You can toss a couple things in there if you want.
Do you put it above or below the stream? Below, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it gets the water. You can toss the whole things in there. If you want.
Like the bags?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Fold it. Now, as we begin to devour these delicious pancakes, I'd like to use this moment and explain a bit more why I bought this van. After all, that is what this video is about, isn't it? So, I believe I have a pretty unconventional idea of success and a life well lived. I'm okay with having less and experiencing more. Materials are not the key to a life well lived, and doing things that make you undeniably happy and set your soul on fire is. Travel, photography, and being creative are my biggest passions, and I want to center these things in my life moving forward because that's just what makes me the happiest. So I bought this van, and over the next couple of months, the plan is to build it out and turn it into the ultimate tiny house on wheels to basically travel the country and eventually. Now, doing this crazy, untraditional thing that makes me so happy is not the only plus to it. I also have no rent, so my money goes way further and can be spent on things I actually care about. I have less things, less worries, and less distractions, which allows me to reach peak productivity and fully embrace this lifestyle and the work that I want to pursue. And finally, I carry an extremely small footprint, which to me is pretty important. I won't have a house that uses a ton of electricity, water, natural gas, etc. The only pollutant I guess I really do have would be the van's exhaust, but to be fair, everyone has a car, on top of everything else. This van is really the only contributor, so yeah, call me crazy I guess, but I don't really care. I'm determined to live my life the way I want, doing the work I want, and being in the places I want, and I figured living out a scooter would be step one. Now, you don't have to go out and buy a van to travel in because that won't make everyone happy. What I want from you all is to do what makes you happy personally. Pursue what you want, not what society or parents or your teachers want. They teach us one way, but there's so many ways to live life, and it's all about just finding which one will work for you. Because frankly, this is your life and you only have one, so live it well and live it full. Go build a campfire and fall asleep under a sky full of stars, or whatever it is that makes you feel alive. All I know is this is mine.